In this age, there is an invention that is breaking new ground, but at the same time, it's also creating a lot of concern, and that is artificial intelligence or AI. AI is a tool that has revolutionized how we approach art, creativity, productivity, and various procedures normally done by people themselves. For starters, let us define what is artificial intelligence. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, artificial intelligence is the use or study of computer systems or machines that have some of the qualities that the human brain has, such as the ability to interpret and produce language in a way that seems human, recognize or create images, solve problems, and learn from data supplied to them. Because of the increasing capabilities, the increasing usage, and the computing power of AI, it's natural that such an invention would create concern. As we humans ourselves use AI, there have been numerous cases of AI being used for misuse or malpractice. AI's influence on creativity is now a modern day debate. Like many other creative mediums, screenwriting is a medium where AI has made inroads into. In this video, let's really delve into the workings of AI with regards to how it can be used in the screenwriting community. I personally believe that it is a great assistant and not something that will completely take over human creativity and thinking. Later in the video, I will actually be testing an AI tool for screenwriting purposes. So do watch till the end to know more about this. The fear of AI in the screenwriting community is understandable. But if you look at how current AI models work, it becomes clear that they're not the creative threat that they seem to be. Let's talk about how large language models, or LLMs, like the ones powering today's AI, actually function. At their core, LLMs work using a process called next token prediction. This means they don't understand language the way humans do. Instead, they predict the next word in a sentence based on the words that came before. They're like super advanced autocompletes, choosing words statistically based on patterns they've learned from huge amounts of text data. In other words, these systems are using the exact same computing power no matter what the question is. It doesn't matter if we ask them what color is the sky or what is the meaning of life. They don't reason. They just try to find the best possible answer based on their training data. Humans, on the other hand, process language by understanding the underlying meaning. When we write, we're thinking about emotions, motivations, relationships, and how everything ties together across a story. We allocate different amounts of brain power to different questions and tasks. We engage in complex reasoning, which helps us write deep, nuanced characters and stories and meaningful dialogue. LLMs are fundamentally limited because they don't reason in this way. They can imitate patterns of speech, but they can't truly think about what a character would say based on complex emotions or internal conflict. They just don't have the capacity for the same level of intricate reasoning that goes into crafting a compelling narrative or dialogue. And if AI is entirely focused on picking the next most likely word, it will never be able to reason, create true dialogue, or build deep characters. So, while the initial wave of AI generated text may have seemed terrifying for writers, especially screenwriters, it's important to recognize that AI simply doesn't have the ability to create deeply human stories. This makes professional screenwriters one of the most protected groups when it comes to AI disruption. Because the heart of great writing, true creativity, and complex character development can't be replaced by a machine that's just guessing the next word. But that doesn't mean that AI can't be incredibly useful in passive tasks or assisting us in our work. To demonstrate this, I want to introduce you guys to a software called Storywork. Storywork has found a way to use AI to be an interactive screenwriting coach for us humans. Storywork has been created by a small group of writers who wanted to give a free alternative to Final Draft and turn their own story coaching method into an interactive chatbot that talks to you and asks you important questions during story development. Storyworks' basic subscription is free and contains the software to help you write your own screenplays. While the paid subscription not only incorporates screenwriting tools but also AI for story development. Let's explore how Storywork functions. Right now, if you see, I have the Storywork website open. I am right now signed in, and this is how the interface of the software looks like. There are these tabs, as you can see. One is ideas. This is primarily where the AI story development tool lies. Over here, you can create your outlines, you can create your synopsis and brainstorm ideas using the help of the AI tool. Screenplays is basically where your written screenplays are saved. This is where all your scripts are recorded. Learn is a nice option which includes educational content. So Storywork uploads its own articles and masterclass videos to help you understand screenwriting better. So let's first check out the screenplay tool. I'll just go to one of these sample screenplays that has already been part of the software. This is not something I wrote myself. It's just a sample scene that Storywork has provided here. As you can see, the script is in the standard industry format. The formatting, font, everything is exactly how a screenplay is done. If I want to change the scene heading, I can just put exterior test room, day. If you see this button here, it shows me the various elements I can use for my script. And on the right side of the screen, you'll notice the various options you have to better organize yourself, make any amendments. If I want to export my script, I just have to click export, and it can export either as a PDF, a final draft file, or a fountain format file. Now let's get into arguably the most fun aspect of Storywork, and that is the AI story development tool. Let's try out a new idea. I'll just use one of the short film ideas that I had, like the short film I made called Level Up. I'll just expand into a feature or something and develop that idea, flesh it out more with this tool. So I'll just call it Benny Gets Bullied. That's the name of my story. Now it will launch. As you can see, the chatbot is now open. It's started, and it's already started to ask you its first question. What can you tell me about your idea? Provide me as much detail as you have, even if your idea is not coherent in the mode. So the AI usually has a long list of questions to help you, brainstorm your idea, to brainstorm your screenplay. If you notice here in the bottom right of the screen, there's this progress bar, and there's a set of 18 segments or 18 questions you have to answer so that the AI tool can properly develop your idea, help you brainstorm, help you figure out what are the important questions for your story, and eventually create a nice synopsis, a nice blueprint, a very detailed, thorough outline for you. So I'll just type in my idea. So I've just written my idea and now sharing it with the chatbot. Let's see how it responds. It's an intriguing setup. The theme of past trauma resurfacing in adulthood, especially within the confines of a shared living, ripe for exploration. What genre, mix of genres, do you think you would fit your idea? So the next phase is genre. So I'll just give this story a particular genre. In this case, I'll give it comedy. Reached towards the end, just answering a question regarding the final scene. As you can see on the right, on this side of the screen, it went through these various segments in order to brainstorm my idea and really develop it further. The idea itself, genre, the time the story is set in, the world of the story, who are the main characters, theme and character in terms of what is the connection between the two, what are the backgrounds of the characters, personal touch, as in, any kind of personal experiences of yours that have informed the story, what is the goal of the story, how do you want it to impact your audience, what is the inciting incident, what is the one thing that triggers the story, adversarial forces, which mean what are the obstacles and conflicts in the story, urgency, if there's a certain timeline or deadline or any kind of important milestone or deadline in the story, triggers, how do the conflicts and how do the themes and how do the frustrations and concerns of the characters crop up during the story, character arcs, how the characters' journeys, audience reaction, how do you want the story to end, and the last one being the title. So I'll just call it Benny Gets Bullied, like how I had named the idea. Just press enter. And now we've come to the end of the chat. It asks you whether this title works for you or should we brainstorm further. Just finish it, and as you can see, the AI will create a blueprint of my story idea. Of course, generating the blueprint could take a little time because you've given it a lot of information. And the blueprint is ready. Let's check it out. So as you can see, it's divided into 3 categories: synopsis, which is basically a summary of the story, an outline, and characters. So synopsis is the log line. If you go to outline, it shows a literal outline of my film. It's broken it down into different sequences, different plot points. Whatever I've given it, it's kind of used that and it created an outline. Very nice. This outline can really help you flesh out your screenplay and figure out what sequence can go where and what comes after the other. It's really helpful. And then there's the character tab, so it gives you kind of a summary of the characters. What's their background, what's their personality like, what are their motivations, what are the character arc, what's the transformation. It kind of gives you it assigns kind of a AI generated image as well to the character, and you can download all of it and create a PDF from all this information. And this is how your blueprint looks like. Your logline, synopsis, the entire outline, and what your characters are. And you can save this document in your computer. So as you can see, the AI tool has done its work on my story, and it even gives me the option to start a screenplay. Titled film for now. If you see on my right side, it's even broken down what are the sequences I should work on. It is even divided into 3 acts in a typical 3-act structure. I'll just save the script for now. I head back. It shows you different components. We already did story development, we made a blueprint already, and now the last stage to finally executing your idea and putting it on paper is the screenplay. So obviously this is going to take time, so we can't do it right now, but you I'm sure you got the essence. So that was a glimpse into how Storyworks AI tool functions. It asked me very crucial questions and helped me brainstorm ideas and really get into the nitty-gritty of my story and its characters. It eventually helped me create a clear and detailed outline of my story using whatever information and details I could give it. This outline can, of course, help me while I'm writing my screenplay. Also, do note, just because it's AI, it doesn't mean it's going to write your scripts for you. You will have to do the hard work of thinking about and writing your screenplays. This is purely an assistant. In Storywork, one thing you can be assured is that no data that you input will be used for training purposes, nor any third party can access it. It's completely safe and secure. As for copyright, Storywork does not generate scenes or screenplays and uses AI only as an assistant. So there's no question of your intellectual property being misused. Everything remains with the user. If you liked how Storywork functions and you want to explore this software, do check it out. A link to the software is in the description below. I feel like Storywork can be of great use to anyone who's writing screenplays and figuring out how to crack their stories. So that was our deep dive into AI in screenwriting. What do you guys think about the use of AI? Let me know in the comments below. If you like such content, please do hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.